If you were born in a country where some of these gestures are practiced, for instance, guess what? It means you have some African influence, whether you believe it or not. In the face of colonial domination and enslavement, Africans globally turned to non-verbal cues, expressions, music, dance, and even silence itself as tools of resistance and survival, preserving cultural identity and strength. For centuries, Africans have harnessed the silent power of nonverbal communication, using gestures, symbols, and body language to resist and rise above oppression when words were stripped away. Now, if that isn't powerful, tell me what is. And hey, did you know about the top 7 places where slaves were sent to from Africa? Brazil was number 1, followed by the United States, then Haiti, Cuba, Jamaica, and other Caribbean countries. So I'm going to be doing a series on this, find out more about where these slaves went to predominantly. It may just be your own country, all over the world. The influence is significant, guys. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm Angie Marie, and I'm so grateful that you chose to click on this video. If this is your first time checking out my channel, I want to welcome you. And if you are a return subscriber, God bless you. You are a very important part of this channel. I really appreciate you. If you've not yet subscribed to this channel, I invite you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Like this video and share your comments. Maybe there are some countries that you can relate to some of these non-verbal communication methods that I'm not aware of. Because for instance, I do not know a whole lot about Asia. And maybe there are some things that happen in Asia that we need to know. So I invite you from wherever you are in the world, where you're watching, to share your thoughts and let me know if any of this is familiar to you. You've seen several gestures, and I'm sure many of you, if not all of you, most of you, have experienced some of this and have seen it in your country of birth or seen it somewhere where you've been. And we're going to talk about 3 main things in today's video. My aim is to see if I could help to bridge the gap between people who are scattered all over, whether they live in the continent of Africa or they live in countries to which they were taken hundreds of years ago, or part of the family of Europeans who went to Africa. Wherever you are, my aim is to foster some understanding and bridge some gaps here. Okay, 3 main things that I'm going to do. We're going to talk about 7 main countries to which these slaves were taken, and we'll also look at some of the other countries apart from those main 7. We're going to look at why it is that many people of African origin who do not live in Africa tend to be ashamed of their roots, and I'm going to propose some suggestions to see if we could help to change that a little bit. I want there to be understanding between those from the motherland, from Africa, and the rest of the world. Now I know that's a big task, but we're going to try on this channel. And thirdly, we want to talk about why it is that we need to be proud of our African heritage, of that inheritance that we're given. All right, so let's get straight into it. The main countries that the slaves were brought to from the continent of Africa were as follows. The top 7, Brazil is number 1 with, it is said, approximately 5 million slaves were brought to Brazil. Now, I've been to Sao Paulo, Brazil, and I did see quite a number of people of color there. The influence is deep, okay? Second in line is the United States. And we all know about the United States that we do have a a huge African American population in the US. So the United States had, according to the statistics, approximately 500,000 slaves at the start. Okay, and then the third was Haiti with several hundreds of thousands of slaves, followed by Cuba and other Caribbean countries such as Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Lucia, St. Martin, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and all of our Caribbean countries. Number 6 is Colombia. And I should tell you that the various countries were taking care of particular things. So we had those that took care of bananas, sugar, coffee, gold mining. You know, there were different responsibilities and roles depending on which countries the slaves were taken to. Okay, so Colombia was number 6. And then number 7 is the Dominican Republic. Now, there are other countries that I'll let you know. For instance, Argentina. There were slaves taken to Argentina, to Ecuador, to Peru, and all those Latin American countries in the 16th century. In Argentina, however, the slave population has dwindled. I've been to Buenos Aires, Argentina, and to be honest with you, when I walked on the streets of Argentina, I really did not see people of color like myself. And so it is true that in Argentina, the population looks different from many of these other countries. I've also been to Peru and Ecuador, and my time in these other countries, I didn't see a whole lot of people of color, but it was much more than Argentina, I can tell you that. Okay, one of the things that has happened as a result of colonialism, post-colonialism, the African slave trade and all of that, is a psychological impact even hundreds of years later. There are many people of color who are ashamed of their roots and who would not admit or accept that they are of African origin. And I want the people from the motherland, from the continent of Africa, to be patient and to understand this, to be sensitive to this, and not to be angry with people who are ashamed. There are reasons they're ashamed. For instance, the way they're presented, the way Africa is presented in the media, as a society filled with corrupt leaders, as a place filled with poverty, poor infrastructure, starving children, and so on. Hey, it's not their fault. It's not the fault of the people in the Caribbean who do not want to associate with that. So let us understand that. And where we can do better in Africa, let's work on doing better. But let's foster some understanding as to why this is the case, okay? So there is that. There is the media. There is the actual history of slavery and the shame that came about as a result of that. People want to put that in the past and not to be associated with it in any way. Yeah. Here are some reasons we should be proud of our African heritage. Number 1.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm super proud of having such rich cultural traditions. Africa is the home to a vast array of languages, art forms, music, customs that have shaped the entire world, and we get to enjoy all of it. Guys, from the vibrant rhythms of Afrobeat and drumming to the intricate beadwork and textiles. Come on now, why wouldn't I want to be part of that? So African culture has made significant contributions to global arts, fashion, and entertainment. I just love it.
Number 2.
Let me tell you, man, Africa is the birthplace to some of the world's earliest and most advanced civilizations, you know. Ancient Egypt, the Kingdom of Kush, Great Zimbabwe, and the Mali Empire were centers of learning, innovation, and power. The legacy of their architectural marvels, intellectual achievements, and governance systems continues to inspire us to today.
3.
Listen, friends, colonization, slavery, exploitation, and all of the tribulation that Africans went through, in spite of all of that, it did not make them any less resilient or strong. African people have shown remarkable resilience. The ability to adapt, resist, and fight for freedom has been a defining characteristic of African history. This strength is seen in the leaders who fought for independence, civil rights, fought for their rights, whether it be in the Caribbean, in the United States, wherever, all over the world.
4.
Innovations and contributions to knowledge. Africa has been a source of innovation in various fields, from agriculture to medicine. For instance, traditional African knowledge systems and medicinal practices have contributed to modern science. African scholars, scientists, and entrepreneurs are making strides in technology, in health, and environmental sustainability.
And number 5.
We need to be proud because of the global influence and diaspora. The African diaspora has spread African heritage across the entire world. It has influenced societies far beyond the continent of Africa. African descended cultures in the Americas and the Caribbean have made significant contributions to music, such as jazz, reggae, hip-hop, compa, and more, literature, sports, and political movements. This cultural fusion highlights the enduring global influence of Africa. So being proud of our African heritage means embracing this legacy of creativity, resilience, and impact, while recognizing the importance of reconnecting with and celebrating our roots.
All right, so there we have it. Listen, I am so grateful that you took the time, you spent this time with me in this video. I'm going to invite you to share your comments. I'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this? Are you from a country? For instance, I do not know much about Asia, and I do not know if some of the body language that we shared here, that if this is familiar to you in your country. So if it is, let's educate each other. I want to know in the comments. I want to hear how you feel, what you think about this video. And I want to invite you to like this video, share it with someone, with people who you feel could be helped by this. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you have not yet done so. I have quite a bit of plans. I have a lot of things I want to share with us over time. So if you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you'll be aware each time I post new content. Again, if you are a subscriber, I want to thank you. And if you're new, I want to thank you also for being patient and staying with me throughout this video. All right, so this is Angie Marie. I want to invite you to check out my other videos, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.